Hi Gemini, and welcome to your mid-monthly reading. This is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, or Venus. However, if you just happen to click on this video, you're a newbie. Welcome to the Mother Teresa channel. I hope you hear all that you need, and definitely do subscribe before you leave, okay? For the mid-monthly, I am still doing the What the Actual Fuck spread. For those that know, you know. If you don't, do feel free to Google the image so you can get an idea of what the layout looks like. But I feel like as I work through the cards, you kind of get the gist of what the spread looks like, as well as how the energies flow throughout the spread, right? This month though, if I don't use the image as the thumbnail, definitely take a peek at what that image looks like, because you guys had way more cards come out than any other zodiac sign thus far and ever since I've really done this spread. Okay, let's get into it. What came up at the top as far as your signifying energy was the Moon card. And as far as the cruise that hounds you at this time, what may be keeping you bound and in a stuck space, you have the Six of Cups that came out laid like this, okay? Now what is real about this situation, you have the Ten of Swords. And what is wrong about the situation, typically it's one card, but you guys have three. What came up was the Four of Swords with the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups energy, okay? Now, where you need more information, what came up was the Two of Cups. And then by the end of the month, what you can do on a personal level, your outcome card, best case scenario. What came up was the Eight of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Hermit card, which is also a very dark card. I'm just hearing dark cloud, dark energy, very Eeyore-ish, right? Like seasonal affective depression or something like that, to that degree, because you have the Moon card, which does speak about seasons, understanding cycles and all of that jazz. And then you have the cruise that hounds you, which is the Six of Cups. Then you have, of course, what's real about the situation, this Ten of Swords. So the end of betrayal, the end of feeling crippled, or that is how you feel right now. You're very crippled by your thoughts here coming into the mid-month, by your misfortune, is what I'm hearing with this Ten of Swords energy. The 10 is, I believe, Capricorn's house. Capricorn, Aquarius, yes. And that speaks all about like profession, professionalism, you know, career, and building that up, like the career that one grows into. But I'm not seeing that you guys have yet achieved that. As I was shuffling the cards, I did see the Lovers, and I did see the Ten of Cups, but that's not at the bottom of the deck. It's nowhere near the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you're just struggling to get there and to really feel that, right? Which is also what's real about the situation with the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. It's hard to have faith in things that you can't see and that you haven't seen for so long, you know, 3 months, 5 months, 4 months, however you want to look at this scenario here, 5 years potentially even, right? This is Saturnian energy. How are you rebelling against all of this joy that you do want to experience? You not taking enough time for yourself, taking enough breaks in between these potential relationships, what you like and dislike, how they complimented you, how they were a disservice to you, and vice versa, how you complimented them and or how you were a disservice to them. Did they bring out the best in you? Did they encourage you to want to try to be better? Vice versa, did you do that for them? You know what I'm saying? You also just can't stay stuck in a place where you're only reminiscing on those things that are good, because you then create a fantasy of what that relationship was, which can be false, because with the Moon energy there being the signifying energy, it can be tricky. You know what I'm saying? Where you get lost in the sea of fantasy here. and living in la la land when you know that what it is that you just came out of was extremely toxic. You know what I'm saying? If out of 7 days a week you only had one good day with that person, then you just thinking about that one good day that you had doesn't make up for the other terrible 6 days that you had to kind of survive through. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to take the good with the bad here, is what I'm getting with the what is wrong about the situation that you haven't learned yet with the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Also learning how to fight with love and compassion here. Maybe that's something that you haven't learned yet. When you get upset, you go all out here, right? You go below the belt. You say things that you know are going to tear other people down, that in the moment do make you feel good, that put you on this high. But what goes up must come down, and when you come crashing down, you know, there is no blanket to soften that blow. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pick and choose your words and fight with love when you get into disagreements with people. Being able to take the time to organize your thoughts and your words so that you can speak in a more loving and compassionate and understanding nature here. Just say, you know what, maybe we need a couple of minutes to ourselves so that I can figure out how to better word how I'm feeling, and then we can reconvene once we both have cooled down a bit here, right? So that's a suggestion for you if that's what you've been going through, so that you can get what you want. I feel like your mouth is getting you into trouble here. It is stopping or blocking these blessings. But where you need more information, what came up was the Two of Cups, your second house, as well as your emotions. But it talks about material possessions. Second house is Taurus's house. You might be dealing with the Taurus, in love with the Taurus, in and out of love with the Taurus, right? But with the twos, you always have the option to weigh the pros and cons, right? The good, the bad here. Understanding what your necessities are in love as well, right? With cups being all about emotions and feeling. How do you need to feel in love, in partnership, in interaction with others? How can you contribute as well? How much are you giving? How much are you keeping to yourself? How much space do you have realistically to embark on this quest of love, and or as well as like allow for it to come into you? Are you realistic about everything in your life? Or are you more idealistic about the things that are in your life, the things that you want in your life, and so on and so forth? What you do with your emotions and your feelings is ultimately up to you, okay? I can't tell you what to do with your body. You know, I can't tell you how to feel in every given moment, you know, because you're going to feel how you feel. But acknowledge those feels, you know? Understand those feelings for yourself, okay? By the end of the month, what came up for you guys was the Eight of Swords. This is not pointing fingers at somebody because three are always pointing back at you type of energy. You know, you can't play the blame game, and others can't always put the blame on you either. But this is really also taking the time to listen before you speak. So this is not trying to beat people to the punch. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are very quick-witted individual. All this Swords energy, you guys are air signs. Okay, you can manipulate language very well, right? You have a certain tact. Well, I don't really know if I can say that right now, but for those that are mature Geminis, you have a certain tact when you speak, okay? You can find loopholes when you speak, but also you're pretty observant, so you know how to use words as a weapon, right? And you're always like spot on. You hit the nail on the head. That's what I've been trying to get at, right? You know how to hit the nail on the head when you're trying to offend someone, right? Once you feel like they have crossed you or they have betrayed you and you feel like you've had enough, right, of other people being able to kind of say sly and slick things to you and you having to kind of like take it and eat it, right? This can be vice versa energy. This can be what somebody's been doing to you. But again, this is not trying to beat somebody to the punch. Hear them out, respond appropriately. You have the choice also to ignore it. Act like you didn't hear what people have said to you, what this person is saying to you, right? In the ways that they're trying to pinch a nerve. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? The power is up to you. See no evil in it. Take no offense. Okay? And don't be quick to shoot back, right? This month. That's what I'm really getting at. There's a lesson in this, and there's an opportunity for immense growth because you do have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, which can talk about enlightenment, right? Also talk about isolation, right? Turning within for a little bit, spending a little bit more time by yourself, because no matter where you go in this life, there you are, you know? Don't worry about being misunderstood, always feeling like you're being misunderstood, especially if you're speaking to people and they just don't get what it is that you're trying to say. If this isn't so negative, you know what I mean? And just kind of wanted to go back to simpler times when you didn't care if people knew who you were or not, right? With this moon in the Six of Cups energy. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay, you know, because only one standard body can fit in a standard size casket. So don't worry about being understood by the world, right? As long as you are okay with you and you can get to a place where you are in alignment with your thoughts and your beliefs, right? And you stick with those convictions. Okay, your tribe will find you. You don't have to worry about having everybody agree with you. Learn to agree to disagree and that be okay. And you move on about your business. And that's not something that you're ruminating over later on. You know what I'm saying? Here with this energy. Say what you mean what you say. Take moments so that you can organize your thoughts so that you know what it is that you intend to get across as far as your points, right? And feeling valid and feeling like you can also be heard, because at the end of the day, the last shall be first. When it's time for God or the universe to promote you, there is nothing or nobody that can stand in the way of you being put where you should be, of you being able to have your moment, you know, your, I don't want to say 15 minutes of fame, but everybody has their time to reign, you know what I'm saying? So don't worry about all of this now, okay? Just take it for what it is in this temporary space that you have to live in it, and then use that to help propel you, you know? Use this as your testimony when it is time to come up and to rise above, okay? And to rise from, like a phoenix from the ashes, okay? When you are reborn, once you've gone through this full enlightenment and transformation, okay? So that's what I have for you guys as far as chakras are concerned. Throat chakra, heavily heart chakra here as well. With the cups energy, I do want to say focus on your third eye and crown chakra. But if this resonated for you, definitely give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.